So I want you to listen to this recording when you are feeling frustrated and overwhelmed that nothing is working. You're in the moment, you feel like you're doing everything right. You're doing all of the things and nothing is happening. This recording, you're going to come back to multiple times, as many times as you need. Pop your headphones in, go for a walk, listen to it while you're washing the dishes or you're driving. Whenever you need this reminder, whenever you're feeling frustrated, I want you to come back to this. When it feels like nothing is happening, these are the moments that you get to choose to trust yourself and believe in yourself. And the reason why you're having these opportunities is because you are evolving, you're growing. You've already set the intention that you want to achieve and create these incredible things. You've got goals and visions on your mind. You've set that rocket of desire out into the atmosphere. Things are in place. And you are on the path, you are in the process of making those things happen. Now, part of that process and part of that path is also learning how to trust and believe in yourself. That version of you, that next level version, the higher self of you that you want to be, that you are getting called to be, that has and is everything that you desire. She knows exactly how to trust and believe in herself. That's why she has all of the things. And she's doing all of the things, right? So the only way for you to move from where you are now to her, to that next version, is to go through this process. And the only way to go through this process, the only way to learn, trust, and belief is through these moments right now that you're going through where you feel frustrated and overwhelmed. This is the moment. It's like if you were to pray to the universe and say, I want more patience. I want to be a more patient person. The universe isn't going to hand you patience all wrapped up with a little bow on a silver platter. That's not how it works. What would happen is the universe would present you with moments, situations, opportunities for you to be patient. That's how you become patient. Yeah? So it's exactly the same with what you're going through right now. You are already on the path of creating what you want and stepping into that next version of you. It's confirmation that you are. But what you need to understand is to zoom out for a moment and just realize that the frustration and the overwhelm that you feel are part of you shifting and growing. And this right now, this moment is how you build your self-belief and your trust, your self-trust, your trust in all that is. So I want you to take a moment. I want you to stop what you're doing. I want you to take a breath and I want you to smile. Even if right now you do not feel like smiling, I want you to go ahead and put on a fake smile anyway. Make yourself smile. And just by doing that, you have instantly changed on a physiological level. You have changed your chemicals, your energy, your makeup instantly, just like that. Even if it was a fake smile, it doesn't matter. You have taken the step to shift and you are on a slightly different path right now. So now I want you to say out loud, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything, everywhere, every time, every how. Just listen to this part. Everything is always working out for me in every moment. In every moment, I feel that everything is working out for me. Everything is adding up. Everything I'm doing is just adding on what I've done before. And it's getting me closer and closer and closer to what I want. Everything in every way is adding up and it is making a difference. I am on the right path. I am on the right path right now. Even if it doesn't feel like I'm on the right path, I know I'm on the right path because of how I feel. And because I know that everything in every moment is working out for me. If it's happening to me now, it's meant to happen for me. And it's meant to happen to me for me because I know that everything is working out for me. I want that to sink in. Eventually, you're going to be able to do this little rant by yourself. But for now, just listen. Now, we have a whole section of self-trust that I'll be taking you through. But this right now, this recording is focused on trust in something bigger, trust in the universe, source, God, something other than your human form. No matter what title you give it, we're all talking about the same thing. So this is about trusting the higher-ness that is all around us, that we're a part of. So the universe is beyond us, it is infinite, but it is also within us simultaneously. Yeah, you know that. But this is about trusting in that infinite, magical, incredibly perfect space, being, energy, and learning how to do that because we're not taught how to do that. So this is going to remind you to learn, that you're in the learning process. But leaning into this space is so important because it shifts the way that you see the world and interact with the world. It shifts the meaning to what you think is happening right now. You think right now it's just frustrating and overwhelming and nothing is happening. So this is showing you that that is not the ultimate truth. When you can lean into the trust of the universe that everything is working out for you, everything within you changes and your perspective changes. And if you know that everything is working out for you in every single moment, even when it feels like it's not, which it is, something shifts within you. So this is your reminder. Now, this is also your reminder that if you're feeling frustrated in the moment, just remember that you are in the middle of, you are in the process of changing your patterns. Patterns that you have probably had for many, many years, probably most of your life. If it's taken 30 years to form these patterns, just give yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of patience, a little bit of understanding that these patterns that you are changing can take a little bit of time. Yes, things can happen instantly, but if they don't, it's okay. And just remind yourself that you're in the middle of shifting and changing patterns and habits that have been there for a long time. So when I say patterns, I mean your brain patterns. So neural pathways. A belief is simply a thought that you've thought and you've repeated over and over again. As you repeat that thought, you are creating a neural pathway. It's just like, imagine if you were in a field of big tall grass and then you took a walk straight through the middle of it. The first time you walk through it, you're going to see a bit of a faint kind of line through it. But if you then turned around and walked straight back again on that same path, it would become more distinctive. And then if someone saw you doing that and then they followed you through and walked the exact same path that you just did, the path is going to become more and more obvious. And let's say you spend a couple of minutes, you spend 5 or 10 minutes just going back and forth and back and forth, and then you do that over the course of a week. That path in the big grassy field is going to be so obvious. It's going to be really clearly distinctively there. So this is what happens with your neural pathways. This is what happens when you repeat a thought over and over and over again. And this is what you're doing right now. This is what I'm taking you through. It's what I'm reminding you of. You are in the process of shifting your beliefs. And it takes repetition over and over again. Remember, you're also, by doing this, you're changing your reticular activating system. Your RAS is the filter that you see the world. So you are reminding your filter of what you want to see. By changing your beliefs, by changing your thoughts and repeating them, you are changing the filter. You're upgrading your filter. You're taking out the old reticular activating system filter and you're getting a little service. And now you're replacing that filter with a new one. But you have to manually do that multiple times. By doing this, you're changing your habits. You're changing your thoughts, your thinking patterns. And ultimately, by doing this, your whole perspective on the world changes. When you change your perspective on the world, you change. And when you change, your perspective changes. It's all connected. It's all linked. There's no time limit on this. Everything is happening for you. Everything is adding up. In every moment, in every way, things are adding up. So your job is just to remind yourself of this. Remind yourself in these moments of frustration when it feels like nothing is working. Of course it's working. And you have confirmation that it's working because you feel frustrated. You feel frustrated because where you are is different to where you want to be, but you are walking the path backwards and forwards. So that's a sign that it's working. That's a sign that you are shifting in the direction of where you want to go. So I want you to repeat in these moments, everything I'm doing is adding up. Every action I take makes a difference. I am changing. Every day, in every way, I am changing. I am growing. I am evolving. I am shifting. One moment at a time. It's adding up. The other things I would love for you to do, that I invite you to do in these moments, is to look back through the resources that I've already shared. The resources that are in the resources tab in the program. They are there to help you build your trust and your faith in you and the universe. Everything that is within those resources help you in a slightly different way. They are there to remind you of who you are, what your vision is, what to do in those moments. Look back through the guidebook. Remember, that is filled with exercises and resources and practices and strategies that you can implement. Look at notice what you feel called to. Have a flick through, and if something speaks or jumps out at you, go do that. Remember that you have so many resources around you right now within this program to help you. So your job is to remember that and go and do something from them. You don't need to do all of them. You don't need to do all of them at once. Notice what you feel called to. Play with them. This isn't what this is not is it's not just another program that you've signed up to that you're going to ignore and forget. You're going to go all in. This isn't a program that you kind of dabble in and you've got one foot in and one foot out. This is the program that you have 2 feet in and you are fully invested and committed to you and your growth because you have everything here to help you in these moments, everything to help you build your self-belief and your self-trust. These are the times, and in these moments, in these ways, this is how you become her. You become your next version. You become your higher self. You become the woman who has and is everything that you are craving right now. It's in these moments and it's in this way. This is about coming back to yourself, noticing yourself. And at times that can feel really funky and hard and confusing and overwhelming. So the resources that are there help you in these moments. You wanted to be part of this for a reason. You have got a calling to create something so incredible. Even if you don't know what that is right now, you still have a calling and something has led you to this program. And that is because you knew it would change your life. And it is changing your life. But it's in these moments of frustration and overwhelm that you've got to come to the party and take the aligned action. Notice what's happening and choose something different. Create a different neural pathway. Listen to what's going on in your thoughts. Just notice them and start using the resources. When it feels like nothing is working, when it feels like you're just spinning your wheels, just know that it's not. You're not. That's not the ultimate truth. Shift the meaning of what's happening. Remember that you get to choose the meaning of what is happening in any moment. You get to choose the meaning of a situation. If right now you do feel overwhelmed, see how you can shift the meaning of it. What if that wasn't the ultimate truth? What if instead of thinking nothing is working, what if you shifted the meaning and said, this is working? Even when it feels like it's not working, I know that it's working because everything is adding up. Everything I'm doing is adding up. I'm making micro moves in every moment, and this is adding up. What if that was your ultimate truth? What if that was the meaning that you gave to this frustration? Because remember, you are the rule maker. You create the rules of your life. You create the rules in any moment. You give the meaning to any situation. You've already been doing it. You've already been giving meaning to situations that they just haven't been helping you. The meaning that you've been giving hasn't helped you. It's actually stopped you. It's hurt you. So change the meaning of what's going on, change the rules, and head in a different direction. Ebb and flow is something that gets thrown around a lot, but the ebb and the flow between noticing your emotions and letting them come, and then returning your focus to what you want, that's what life is. Life is the ebb and the flow. It's a dance. Life is the dance and it's the flow. So allow it to flow. If you feel the frustration come up, if you feel the overwhelm come up, if you feel the emotions getting too much, let it flow. And then once it has, ebb back to what you want. This program is about teaching you this dance, the ebb and the flow, knowing when to release and when to let go, when to notice what's happening and then let it go. Most of us get caught up trying to control and make it happen, make the dream happen, the goal happen, get rid of that emotion, ignore that feeling, get so caught up in the meaning that we've given something. We want to make it happen quicker and faster. So just come back to this moment and knowing that life is like the ocean. When you look out at the ocean, it's constantly moving. It never stays the same. At first glance, it might just look like this big, blue, vast expanse. But then you stop and you look at it, and it's constantly moving and changing shape. Sometimes those movements are huge and the waves are massive. Sometimes it's pretty still, but it's always moving. It's always changing shape. This is what life is like. If you were to zoom out, you might think that it's just day by day and not much is really shifting and changing. But then you zoom in on your life and you're like, whoa, it's constantly in motion. Nothing stays the same. In every way, little by little, bit by bit, I am growing, I am changing. And because I am changing and growing, everything around me is slightly shifting as well. So your job is about learning to ride the waves, the movement of the ocean, the movement of your life. Move with the tides, move with the waves, move with the seasons, move with the wind, whatever happens. You can't control it. You can't control the water or the ocean. But you can have a lot more fun and you'll feel a lot more safe when you go with it. Exactly the same with life. Let go of the control, surrender to the constant movement and the constant change, and who knows where it will take you. That's what this program is. That's what all of the resources are helping you do. In their own little way, it's helping you learn how to let go and how to trust and ride the waves. Get out of your head and into your body. Feel the movement each day. Be curious, be playful. There's nothing that you need to do to make happen. There's nothing that you need to make happen to make life go differently. Life is happening. Life is lifing, and it's responding to you in every micro moment. Remember that you are a beautiful being made up of vibrations and energy and movement. So this is what life is responding to. And you get to respond to life. This is the dance that we play. Everything is connected. So when you feel alone, when you feel desperate, when you feel lack, overwhelm, frustration, why isn't anything happening? Just remind yourself of what's actually happening. Every day, in every way, things are working out for me. Everything that I'm doing is adding up. Even when it feels like nothing is working, even when it feels like nothing is happening, I know that everything is adding up and everything is working out for me. Every day, in every way, with everyone, in every situation, life is happening for me. Now I want you to go out there and either take a walk or maybe do some journaling And just remember to come back to this at any time when you feel like you just need this friendly reminder.